Welcome to Out There. I'm Papa Joey Stay.
And I'm Uncle Tim Rice.
In this series, we explore the unexplained
and the paranormal.
While I'm somewhat of a skeptic,
I'm a full-on believer.
Together, we take a deep dive into all things that could be considered out there.
We discuss everything paranormal, from ghosts and UFOs to cryptids and more.
Join us as we unravel the mysteries behind the stories
and decide for ourselves
if there is something more out there.
On our next episode of Lunchtime with Papa Joey and Uncle Tim, join in for this entertaining discussion regarding the legend of Bigfoot. Bigfoot, often depicted as a large, hairy creature inhabiting the forests of North America, has captivated the imagination of many for decades. While traditional theories suggest that Bigfoot might be a relic species of primate, an increasing number of enthusiasts and researchers have proposed a more unconventional hypothesis, that Bigfoot could be an interdimensional being or an alien species. This theory challenges our understanding of reality and the nature of existence itself.
Hey, Tim.
Hey,
here
Joey.
we are.
What's up, man? Welcome.
How you doing?
I'm doing great. You?
I'm doing fine.
Is it raining where you are?
It's drizzling.
Yeah, it's very nice.
Quite drizzle. Here.
Bigfoot weather.
I'm going to post a message here on our chat and say, hello, everyone. See, it says, hello, everyone. I can bring it up and show you. See? Hello, everyone.
Hi, Christine.
Hey, Christine.
These are
how is you?
Fan. We need to give her a badge. Hey.
Lawrence, welcome.
Hi, Lawrence. We'll wait for a few seconds. We'll let everyone get on here.
Give them a chance.
How you been, Christine? You doing all right? Our number one fan.
Waiting for an answer.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, kind of drizzly and blah out there today, but
it's beautiful.
A change of scenery. I like it.
Yeah. 80s all week.
Yeah, we're in the good stuff now. Just in time for me to leave it.
Oh, bless you.
Go back and enjoy a 100-degree, October.
Happy Halloween.
Yeah. Trick or treat in a bathing suit. We're kind of block. Yeah. Hey, Chris, welcome.
Hey, Chris, how are you?
Long time no see or talk to.
How you been, man?
Good to have you aboard. So we got a real fun topic today for our lunchtime with Papa Joey and Uncle Tim.
And we have some did you include my encounter video? Did we happen to tease that up?
You know what? I know I can find it and I can share my screen on it.
That was pretty amazing.
Yeah. Actually, go ahead and talk to everybody. I'm going to look stupid here for a second because I'm
all right. So
going to go.
Here's the good thing about this topic.
Here, I'll be back.
Here's the good thing about this topic is this isn't isolated to one area. Now, I don't know. I've seen the world map on Bigfoot and the sightings map, and I've seen the sightings map, reported map for North America. And it seems like Bigfoot likes just about every place on the planet except for Oklahoma. I don't know what's wrong with you people in Oklahoma, but you scare Bigfoot, so that's kind of a problem. That's funny. Yeah, the whole map from Washington to Maine to Florida to California to Texas and Minnesota and everywhere. They have all these Bigfoot sightings, and they're right in the middle, right around Oklahoma. It's like nothing. So it's probably because they don't have a whole lot of forest. I'm going to take a wild guess. But yeah, that has to be what it is. It's got to be a lot of just flat land. I don't know any other place that's as bearing as Oklahoma in the United States, other than New Mexico or parts of other states, but the whole state in general. Bigfoot doesn't like Oklahomans. I mean, there's like a few parts on very, very edge borders where I think maybe there could be some greenery that he may exist in, or they may have had sightings in. But yeah, we have an show today, and I was going to ask him, Joey, about if you could put up that map of Bigfoot.
I'm going to do it.
The Bigfoot sightings in the United States, and this, I mean, when you first look at it, well, Nevada's kind of bare too.
Yeah, except for in the Sierra Nevada part that shares with California.
But it just, I think it's funny that Oklahoma is like, I don't know.
Yeah, so our old state, or well, where I'm heading back, you can see Arizona.
Yeah,
there in the Canyonlands. I mean,
yes,
there's a big concentration there.
And you would think that would be the desert where, well, actually, New Mexico is about the same. So Oklahoma and New Mexico, but that's a lot of just, you know,
not a lot in New Mexico, huh?
Yeah, I didn't notice that until
other than along the would that be the no, because that actually goes through part of Texas.
South Dakota is kind of bare too.
The Continental Divide.
Yeah, the Continental Divide is crowded.
It looks like it's dividing the whole country there, doesn't it? From Bigfoot sightings. So you have I mean, here in North Texas, we're pretty well covered. And of course,
in even the Panhandle of Texas, which is amazing because I'm from Lubbock and I can see one right there around Amarillo, Lubbock. That's just amazing. There's no reason for anyone to be there, let alone Bigfoot. But my Lord, look at Washington and Florida.
Yeah, it's pretty pretty packed.
What is the red? I can't see the graphic. There's green and there's red. Do you know what the difference is there?
Let me see. I'm going to have to enlarge it on my end, do a full screen here just to see if I can.
I'm just curious the difference between the green and the red, but
I just think it's a heavier concentration. Where they're laying them on top of each other.
Over 1,000. Like greens are under 1,000 and reds are over 1,000 sightings, or
yeah, I can't tell you. Yeah, it didn't.
That's all right.
But anyway,
does anybody? All right, we got quite a few people in here. So does anybody on here have any kind of a Bigfoot story? Have you seen Bigfoot? Does anybody know anyone that's seen Bigfoot? I'm curious to know that.
I have not personally
I haven't seen it.
Had any kind of experience with the Bigfoot.
I've never seen Bigfoot, but lately there's been all
think
of these.
You heard one, right?
Well, I definitely heard one.
Let me see if I can share my screen and see if I can bring that one up.
Blew my mind. I think I peed a little on the. I really think I couldn't tell, man. I was sweating. It was, I don't know. I was fishing, but I really think I peed a little. So, that's probably the scariest I've ever been on a lake, and I've lost a water pump and I had to swim to shore. I've been through a lot of experiences on water in boats and small vessels, and this is probably the scariest I have ever been on a lake anywhere. And I've been to a lot of lakes. I'm an avid fisherman.
This is going to be a little unprofessional the way this looks until I bring it up. I'm just going to share my screen.
So this is an experience I had earlier this year in Arkansas, in the Ozarks. And I'm not familiar with Ozarks. I've been everywhere, but I've never really had any personal experience with the Ozarks. I've heard about them, but this right here was just probably one of the most incredible things that has happened to me, and a lot of stuff have happened to me.
Oh, what happened to it? Did you see that for a second? Or no, you
No.
hit share. Now you can see my screen, right?
Not yet.
You can't?
Nope. Not yet.
What's going on? I gotta go back to this.
And then I think Chris and I, we've had conversations about Bigfoot, so I was saving this for Chris. But I have a buddy that I knew in 7th grade, and we lost communication for many, many, many years. And then back in 2015, via Facebook, we hooked up again, and so we've recently been in contact, and just picked up right where we left off as friends. You know how you can have that friend, from years ago, and you don't see them for 10, 15, 20 years, and then you see them again, and it's just like the day you left them. It was like everything's like, that's the way Dirk and I were. So Dirk invited me up to a fishing trip up in Norfolk, Arkansas, and in the Ozarks. And I'm like, yeah, sure, let's go. And man, I had just the best time of my life.
Keep telling your story. I'm going to leave for a second.
And so we had, so when we got to the hotel, when we got to the, it's called the, oh, forgive me, Rose's Trout Dock in Arkansas. And Rose has a few houses there. They're rebuilt, remodeled houses, and you can sleep anywhere from 5 to 17 people in these places, and it's a river right there. And when we first got there, I walked up, and right before the shoreline, there's a Bigfoot statue, and he's all decorated. He's got a fishing pole, and he's got like a lei around his. People have put things on him and dressed him up and put stuff, and it's just like a trademark of the area. And I didn't really realize, where the Bigfoot thing came in at all. I'm just like, oh, cool, it's a Bigfoot statue, and I took a few pictures with it. We continued to go fishing on this lake. We started early in the morning, and we fished all day until late at night. And we were going up and down this river, catching the most wonderful fish. I mean, I've been to Colorado, I've been to the Green River, I've been to Wyoming, I've been to Arizona, I've been all over Texas. I've been to Alaska. I go to Alaska twice a year to go salmon fishing and trout fishing. Wyoming, but anyway, this in Colorado, but this place right here in Arkansas in the Norfolk River had the most abundance amount of trout species. They have the speckled trout, they have the cutthroat, they have the brown, they have the rainbow, and they have what's the other one? I can't think of it right away. Anyway, they had the most different variety of species of trout, and they're huge. They're anywhere from 15 to 27 inches long, and they're all regulated and everything. And half of the river is you can use artificial, and the other half you can use bait. But anyway, we spent the whole day on this lake, and we got down to a point, and there was really not a lot of people out. And the storm had just hit, so it was about 29 degrees. The day before, it was like 100 degrees. And the day after we got there, this cold front came in, and it was like 30 degrees, and we were freezing our butts off. But the first day we were sweating. We had like t-shirts and shorts, and we were just, it was at least 100 degrees, and it was so hot. And the next day it was really, really, we woke up in the morning and it was like 29 degrees. It was so cold. So we got all suited up and got on the lake and went out. And this is probably about, I don't know, 7 o'clock in the morning, right after sunrise. And I had one of the most incredible experiences I have ever had in the wild in my life. And I've been up with bear in Alaska. I've been in New Mexico. I've been or Arizona, Florida. I mean, it was incredible. But this right here was the most incredible experience I've ever had on a body of water, in a lake, in a forest, or in a place that just blew my mind, out in the middle of nowhere. Do we have that up for you?
No,
All right.
no. What I would have to restart my computer
Well,
to
let's not
change
do
the
that.
setting. So, and then I
So if-
tried. I downloaded it to a smaller file size, but it's still too large for me to upload to.
All right. So here's what you can do.
Oh,
Go to
so
our
you
go to
tell
our
us what you heard.
go to our TikTok and scroll down to the picture where I have on some white sunglasses and a green hoodie, and check that video out. I think you'll really like it. It was awesome. So I'll go ahead and tell you what it was, but
Yeah, tell the rest of the story, what you heard and all that. So
we're fishing and we're just drifting down the lake, and there's this huge dead tree. I don't know that it was dead. It could have just not had any leaves on it, but this huge tree across the river. And there was like a bunch of birds in it, all sorts of birds. I wouldn't be surprised if I think there were eagles in there, but there were multiple varieties of birds in this tree. So Dirk and I are fishing, and he's been going up there like 30 years. He's been on this, his cousins, his family owns this area. So he goes up there 5-6 times a year. And so we're sitting there, and all of a sudden I heard this scream. Like it wasn't like a girl scream. It wasn't like a monster scream. It wasn't like a horror scream. It was like a
well, you did it really well. Back off of your mic and see if you can do it.
Oh man. You need to watch the TikTok video. I don't think I can do it now, man. I did it really good then when it happened. I replicated it right away, but I can't even remember. You have to watch the video. So anyway,
wait. I just thought of something.
Oh,
maybe it won't let me share my screen, but I did upload the video though. So it's a video file. Oh yes, we got it, Tim.
Oh, okay. You guys enjoy this, and I swear, Uncle Tim here. Yesterday, we're sitting around this area, and all of a sudden, all these herons started flying off, and the eagle was up there too, and all these birds started flying off, and it kind of caught my eye. I was on the phone to my son Wyatt, and all of a sudden, this loud screeching yell came out of the backwoods over there in the forest, and all these birds took off. And I looked over at Dirk. I said, "Dirk, what's that?" And he goes, "I don't know." And we listened to it for, I don't know, I want to say a minute, but it may have been about 30 or 40 seconds. It was kind of hard to tell, but holy crap, man. I swear I heard a Bigfoot. And Dirk, how long have you been coming here?
35 years, 40 years.
Okay, have you ever heard anything like that?
No.
Ever?
Ever.
So it let out this loud scream, and it was kind of a high pitch, but it was also kind of like a deep. It was kind of weird. I'd never heard anything like it before. I've been everywhere, and I've never heard anything like that before. And it was the craziest thing I've ever heard. And so I'm in the Ozarks, and I wasn't thinking about Bigfoot when I was here. And so we got home, and right outside our cabin here is a Bigfoot statue. And I'm like, "What's that statue of?" He goes, "That's a Bigfoot." I'm like, "Why do you think they have a Bigfoot statue here?" Dude, I'm telling you, we heard a Bigfoot. I'll try to scream like it, but dude, it was right. Oh no, sorta.
Yeah.
Dude, and it went on for a while, and it scared the pee out of me. I've never heard anything like that. And I'm like, Dirk, come on, man. You're a hunter. You're a fisherman. You've been coming here 30 years. Tell me you've heard that before. And he goes, I've never heard anything like that before. So anyway, hope we see it again. I hope we're able to catch it on video if it happens again. But until then, hey, I heard a Bigfoot.
I don't know where I got my accent. I guess because I was in Arkansas, I got that
Must be,
accent. But I pulled a chameleon there. But no, I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. The screech, the frequency, the tone, everything was unlike. I mean, you can't identify it. It was unidentifiable. There's nothing on this planet that can even come close to what I heard. Anyway,
Crazy.
that's my Bigfoot thing.
Oh, well, we're going to run through a few things on this, just kind of keep the topic on course.
See, we were going to find Bigfoot in Arizona, but COVID hit.
Oh yeah,
Ran him out of the area.
we found it in a bottle, didn't we?
Yeah, we did eventually. I liked it. Strongest Bigfoot I ever had. Woo!
It was some good skunky stuff.
Yes, it was.
So,
right, well,
so here's some theories
what do you got
and
next for us?
possible origins of Bigfoot. So, of course, the first thing is, I mean, it falls under the cryptozoology sciences, which if you haven't on our channel watched Tim's version of cryptozoology, he did a fine job on going through all kinds of cryptids. And you'll find that on our channel. And it's awesome to watch. Yeah, and he does cover Bigfoot in a couple different ways on that one. So you cover him as Bigfoot, as the Yeti, and a few of those. But anyway,
Skunk
so they do fall into the cryptozoology category. Stop it. There we go. So the other, we'll leave that one where it's at because that's, it's cool. But is it folklore or part of mythology? Where they come from? So many cultures have legends of large, hairy creatures resembling Bigfoot. For instance, Native American tribes have stories of wild men and hairy giants in the wilderness. These tales have been contributed to the Bigfoot myth. Or are they skinwalkers? A primate species that hasn't been documented yet, or that's some scientists. There we go. Propose that Bigfoot could be an undiscovered species of primate, possibly related to the orangutan or other great apes. The theory is often met with skepticism due to the lack of physical evidence. Or is it hoaxes and misinformation? Which I really don't need to cover any of that. I mean, like what it brings up as a reference is like the Patterson Gimlin film, which has been studied by all kinds of groups.
Everyone. And it still hasn't been, I'd say,
it hasn't been disproved or proven. I mean,
50-50 whether it's debunked or real. For every person that says it's fake, every person that says it's not has a theory that conflicts or counteracts or
I think the biggest proof on that one, or the biggest evidence that it's possibly something is just in the joint movement, where the knees
muscle,
bend.
the muscle
and-
and the joint movement.
Yeah,
And there was one more that just got brought up that was I found interesting, is right along his thigh area, the hair is like rubbed away where his hands.
where his hands would be. Yeah, that's
where his
right.
hands
You
would be
remember you
rubbed.
telling me
So
about
that,
that.
I found that one interesting too. So
Yeah, because I did
But
see
yeah.
one yesterday on another YouTube channel, not a YouTube, but it was a Facebook group where someone uploaded a video of what they're saying is Bigfoot. They're off in the distance, but they actually look more like somebody walking on stilts. You know, just the way
Yeah.
that the movement was.
in the forest, in the rocks, in the desert. Yeah.
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 So
Yeah. Well, hey. Until I okay. But yeah, for every person that says there's a reason there's not a Bigfoot, you have 10 people that says there's a reason there is a Bigfoot. I would say there's probably 80%, 80 to 90% more that say that it is than it isn't. Because
Mhm.
the people that says it isn't really don't have a horse in the race. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And that
So-
kind of falls into the next category of it, which is psychological or cultural factors.
True.
You know, psychological, our brain wants to see things in shapes and all that and make sense of it. So
Yeah,
a
once
lot
I
of
saw a deer, but it was actually a rabbit.
it was up really close, huh?
It was a jackalope, is what it was.
So it had antlers.
Yeah, jackalopes are real, all right. We could do a whole show on jackalopes.
No. You know, I've
Oh,
watched a few of those. Lauren's asking if you've
Yes.
watched TV show Expedition
Absolutely.
Bigfoot,
Now,
and I
the
have
thing
watched a few of those.
And
but-
the thing about it is, once you click on it, you can't turn off of it.
Yeah,
It's like watching
what
a
bums
train
me
wreck.
out is I have Discovery Plus, you know, the app,
Right.
and it used to be that they would upload videos in the same season as they came out. And now it's like a whole season behind, because I think had some really cool things happen on Expedition Bigfoot that
Right.
I really wanted to see, but they're not uploaded to my version that I pay for, and it sucks.
Yeah, I think it's a lot more money to get the latest episodes, or
Yeah.
it's just like Oak Island. They only release
Yeah.
little bitty. I've been watching Oak Island for how many years now?
And they
We're
finally
right
found gold.
We're right there. No, we haven't found it, but it's right there. Next episode. But no, I think
it's like what, Smallville. If you watch Smallville, you know,
Yeah.
10 seasons of, you know, Superman flies, but you had to wait 10 seasons to
right.
have him fly.
But
No, that's how Oak Island is.
but
Got to wait
It-
10 seasons before they.
in one sense, though, the older episodes were very freaking interesting. Oh my god, they've got some great footage and information on those shows, which I mean, it's all right. Even the old shows are fantastic, but stay tuned for that. Yeah, love those.
Where did I get to?
I don't know. My
I
chat
was talking about psychological or cultural. Yeah. So I guess we kind of covered that. So the creature serves as a modern myth reflecting humanity's fears and fascinations in the wilderness. We see
Yes.
things because we want to see them, is what that's saying, I guess.
right.
So, and then we did kind of already went over sightings in those areas. I'll bring that map up again because just for fun.
Now you have an America map. Is there a world map for Bigfoot sightings?
Oh, yeah. I
I'm sure
didn't,
there is,
bring that one.
but it's
into
too big to put on the.
Yeah.
It's too big.
So,
Yeah, that's
see,
just.
I would be surprised, or I'm really surprised that there aren't big global globulins of Bigfoot up in the Great White North there in Canada. You know, it's all right there in the good old USA. Anyway,
I think you need to go to a different country. I think that's where it becomes
probably
the
just need a
Yeti
Canadian
species.
map, huh?
Well, no, it becomes the Yeti species. It could be too cold up there for that certain species.
Well, then
of
they,
Bigfoot.
yeah, that's true.
So
So,
I
it'd be a
and
different.
the Yeti that may not be indigenous to that area would be in a different country where I bet because in the Yeti areas in the maps, I would bet you that you don't have a whole lot of Bigfoot sightings versus the Yeti sightings. So I think it's a environmental thing instead of a because I wouldn't think a Bigfoot would survive in sub-zero degree weather up in Canada as much as he would survive in North America.
Still got to be pretty darn hot here, man.
Well, yeah,
With
as
all that
dirty as
fur.
they are, can you imagine?
Yeah, they do say Canada, the provinces of British Columbia and Alberta
Right.
have reported numerous sightings. So
The Great White North, I don't think
that's the
anybody's
Great
up
White
there
North.
except oil men and Bob and Doug McKenzie, for those of you our age. That's funny.
That's good stuff.
Yeah,
You
it's
know, they
great.
say if you find a mouse in your bottle of beer, you can get free beer, man.
Eh?
Mhm. Ah,
I
crunching
miss
ice.
those guys.
Yeah, they got old like us.
So the Himalayas and all those areas, I'm sure if you could see a map, they would have a sighting map, and they wouldn't be red or brown. They would be all white. And then if you were in
Oh,
Florida,
abominable snowman. Can you say abominable?
abominable. And I think
Abom-
in
Too
Florida
many
they would,
B's in there.
yeah, abominable. I
That's
think
the
in Florida
bumble.
they would be black because those are skunk apes, which put off a
Coming out of the
nasty. Well, I mean,
Everglades.
they all put off a nasty rank smell, but the skunk apes are supposed to
What
be
they
the
say.
smelliest of the species. They're swamp apes or swamp Bigfoots, which it was got to be just horrible for them and all that
Well, at least
humidity and
there's a
fur.
warning when they're showing up. You get it
Yes.
as long as they're, downwind from you.
Well, they all have a smell, but I guess Florida has the worst smell, is what I was trying to say. But they all give off an
See something on Florida here. Let's see if they mention that in Florida. They do.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
the Everglades and Big Cypress National Preserve having sightings attributed to the skunk ape. That's all they say. But
yeah. The skunk.
skunk says it all, right?
I've been all over Florida, and it's very, very popular there. I mean, every place you go to in Florida that you can buy a souvenir is like skunk ape memorabilia everywhere. Skunk ape is huge there, which is fascinating. Just like Oregon and Washington, everything's Bigfoot. They have
So-
Bigfoot shops, just one after the other.
In Florida?
No, well, in Florida and
Sure.
Washington and Oregon.
Oh,
and
Washington State. Yeah.
But in Florida, they have Bigfoot like souvenir buildings, and it says just Bigfoot. I mean, you go in there, and I mean, people devote their entire fortunes and their lives and their income to businesses all around Bigfoot. There's Bigfoot restaurants. There's Bigfoot bowling alleys. There's Bigfoot theaters. There's Bigfoot everything down there. It's amazing. Same in Washington and Oregon, which there's not too many Bigfoot restaurants here in North Texas, but
I've seen cutouts of Bigfoot for sale, life-size ones.
Yeah, that's not right. That's just wrong.
Yeah.
I don't agree with that. I'm anti cutout Bigfoot.
I was gonna see if I could find mine.
It was really good. Well, you asked me, I think I saw it once, and you're like, or you sent me a
Yeah.
picture of one, and you're like that we
Let's see if I
know this
can
is a cutout, and I looked at it and like, yeah, that's cutout.
let's see if I can find it because it was fun. Bigfoot.
But lately, I've been sending Joey some of these latest Bigfoot sightings, and I'm telling you, man, I know there's AI, I know there's Photoshop, I know there's CGI, I know all of this stuff, and um, I'm I'm not liking to believe, but I'm choosing to believe they're authentic because some of these videos of these guys capturing these images of Bigfoot are just freaking phenomenal. And they're not as clear as day. They're not perfect, but they're amazing. And it's just been happening lately. I know there's this huge outburst of Bigfoot sightings or recordings, I should say, because everybody's got a phone now. And there were a couple of campers up in, I think it was Arkansas, and a girl and a guy, and they were sitting in a tent, and they're like, something's out here. We hear it. You could hear it walking. You could hear it grunting. And I know, there's a lot of like staging and hoaxes and TikTok, staging things to get hits, you know, to try and become famous to see how many hits you can get. So you've got to like be very careful about who's hoaxing and who's not. So you really don't know who the hoaxers are and who the real people are anymore because there's so much of both. But
Yes, sir.
I would like to think the ones that I have seen lately are real. But of course, you can't tell because of technology.
I kept looking for it. I'm sorry. So
It's
I
all right.
looked like I was off in space somewhere. I was
I saw a Bigfoot.
trying to find my video so I could pull it up, but I'd probably have to change the format and all that. So should have done a little more preparing. I
But
apologize.
I don't know. It used to be a huge topic, and then it just kind of like went away, and now it's back.
And I think it's because of this idea of it. And so the legend of Bigfoot, often depicted as a large, hairy creature inhabiting the forest of North America, has captivated the imagination of many for decades. While traditional theories suggest that Bigfoot might be a relic species of primate, an increasing number of enthusiasts and researchers have proposed a more unconventional hypothesis that Bigfoot could be an interdimensional being or an alien species. The theory challenges our understanding of reality and the nature of existence itself.
See, now, up until just recently, I'd say within, well, the Arkansas thing and just a few of the things I've been seeing, I accept that theory now. I'm leaning more toward interdimensional. It's hard to say paranormal. I mean, it's in the field of paranormal. I'm
Because
seeing
you can't, it's paranormal. Yeah.
I think I think it's more interdimensional, like
Yeah. So
dimension.
supporters of this, I'm sorry. Go
Go
ahead.
no, go ahead.
I'm just going to read what they had here real quick.
Yeah.
The supporters of this theory often point to the account of witnesses who describe Bigfoot as exhibiting unusual abilities, such as vanishing from sight or moving with incredible speed. These characteristics could imply that Bigfoot has the ability to manipulate the fabric of space and time, allowing it to transverse between dimensions. Through some theorists even suggest that the creature may be using these abilities to evade human detection intentionally, existing just out of reach of our understanding.
Right.
which means they're operating on probably different
frequencies, right?
frequencies
Or
and
vibrations,
magnetic,
whatever.
yeah, magnetic fields and frequencies. So I think that maybe a trail cam won't pick it up, but a human eye will. So I think they have the ability to cloak themselves or to make themselves, and this is what we were speaking about earlier. I wouldn't doubt that you can have two people standing side by side and one see one and one doesn't
Mhm.
because of
Yeah,
like, if you can
what
comprehend that.
frequency they're vibrating at.
Exactly.
Their brains are maybe wired a little differently than yours, and
Right. Your chemical makeup in your brain would allow you to see something that somebody else couldn't. I know it sounds freaking nuts, but I really do. I'm leaning that way.
I would say with the number of sightings and witnesses that have come forward with having seen stuff, and then with the lack of actual evidence, that can be produced.
Yeah, they don't leave
That's the
hair
only
that
thing
can.
that really explains it.
They can leave foot tracks, but they're not leaving a whole lot of um material, DNA material, which
Scat,
may have
unless
something
they
to
use
do with
toilets. I mean, they might be potty trained, and be
they
sophisticated.
clean up after themselves very well. But
Yeah.
the hair on branches and stuff, they're finding this
Mhm.
hair and they're sending it to lab and it's like, oh, it's more of an elk or a deer or a bear or whatever. If they're interdimensional and if they're that complicated, I don't think they're going to leave that type of evidence behind.
Yeah, that's
Other
probably
than
going to leave with them.
pictures and footprints, which are non-identifiable. I mean, you can't guarantee that you can identify anything without DNA, hair samples, scat, body material. So, and in that sense, they have to be interdimensional. They have to be transformable to where
What was the word they used here?
they can
They used a trans word, didn't they?
they can come in and out of existence and appear and disappear and take everything with them when they don't leave a trace, except for pictures and feet. That's really all we have is pictures and feet. We don't have teeth. We don't have body parts. Like if they were to get shot and they shot the hand and the hand came off, we don't find the hands laying around. We don't find the blood material when they're shot at, because many people have shot them, chased them and shot at them, and there's no blood trail like deer and everything. So I don't know.
Yeah. Well, the fact that we can find footprints
And
shows if
pictures.
they are, in pictures, if they are, that's not the word.
Formidable, multi-dimensional,
multidimensional.
interdimensional.
Is that they can
Multi-interdimensional.
go from one dimension to the other. We're not seeing them in that other dimension.
Transdimensional.
They're
I don't even know.
non-binary.
I don't know if that's a word. Yeah.
So it shows that they have the ability to, if they are indeed interdimensional, that's the word, that they can transverse between dimensions.
Transdimensional.
Yeah.
Is that a word? Is that a thing?
Transverse is
Transdimensional. I'm gonna have to work on that one.
because they're interdimensional, but when they move from one dimension to the other, that is transversing dimensions
from one dimension to another. That's That's
so if you want to mix them together, that'd be great.
Okay, I'm gonna claim that word now.
All right, cool. Let's see. We got comments.
All right.
Yep. It can only be caught if that was their intention.
That, and if you had the right shutter speed or the right frequency, or they screwed up when they were transferring from one to another. You just happened to catch the part that was visible. You know, I mean, I don't think they're perfect. Well, they're not perfect because
Nothing's
they're seen. So if they're trying not to be seen and they have the ability not to be seen, then why are they being seen? Because it's either intentional or accidental.
I think it's intentional when they allow themselves.
It could be both.
Because,
I know it's intentional.
yeah, no one's going to follow them. We don't have that ability. So
People have
their whole
tried.
purpose is to make us think we're crazy.
There are people that have seen them and just, you can see the video. They're like, they run toward it. Look at that. And then they just take off running and running and running and running. And they never find it. I don't know.
Or the idea that Bigfoot might be an extraterrestrial being has gained traction in recent years, particularly. Those are words I really have a hard time with.
Well, that is, does that not fall under interdimensional? Or maybe it doesn't.
Well, possibly.
It could be alien, which is not interdimensional. It's from another world that.
Okay, the theory posts that Bigfoot could be a genetically engineered species created by aliens sent to Earth for purposes unknown. The perspective is bolstered by the fact that many Bigfoot sightings coincide with UFO sightings, which I have heard that, leading to speculate that the two phenomena are linked.
That makes sense.
And those two could go hand in hand, really, between the alien and the interdimensional.
I can see that.
Supporters of the alien theory argue that the biological and physical traits attributed to Bigfoot, such as its large size, agility, and adaptability, could be consistent with a life form that has evolved under different environmental pressures, possibly on another planet. Furthermore, the mysterious disappearance of people in areas frequently associated with the Bigfoot sightings have led to suggest that these disappearances may be the result of alien abductions rather than the actions of a terrestrial creature.
Very true. So, and this is going to blow people's mind. If you don't know this, I mean, you can Google this. I mean, not that I believe everything Google comes up with, but do you know that more people go missing in Alaska per year than any other place on the planet? In Alaska, there are so many thousands of missing people in Alaska, and it's looked over. We don't even.
It's a lot of airplanes, isn't it?
No, people going into, like,
just hiking,
heading out on a snowmobile, and there are tracks, and then all of a sudden the tracks stop and they're gone. People end up missing. They go camping, they go out hunting, more people are missing, not from airplanes, from just going out into the tundra. There are more people missing in Alaska than any other place on the planet.
More than the Superstition Mountains?
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Yeah. No,
only because it's larger, but yeah, I don't know. Per capita, I don't know. That's something to think about.
Well, there's a lot of places to get lost in Alaska.
Exactly. I completely agree with that. However, there's evidence of people disappearing with their backpacks, their tents, their trails, their
everything's gone
gear.
Yeah.
and they're gone, but all of
Yeah.
that stuff is there, and there's no sign of blood or struggle or anything like that. So, the missing cases reports in Alaska are the most of any place in the planet, which I find very interesting.
I wish I remembered the name of the story, but did you ever see the one? I think it took place in could be the 50s or 60s in Russia, in
Yes, there's
Siberia, or wherever.
yeah, they were like 23 or 24 campers,
Yeah, they found all their
and
stuff, but
they found all their stuff and
but they did
no
find them
signs
too,
of
and
them
they
at
were
all.
totally like,
Yeah.
I mean,
There was also a place in
all
Nova
their
Scotia.
bones were broken and all that kind of
Yeah.
crazy stuff.
There was a place in Nova Scotia as well where a whole group of people just completely disappeared. Tents, everything. It looked like there was no sign of any struggle or anything. They were just all gone. That could be a massive abduction.
Or or a whole village of Yetis came upon them and had fun.
Yeah.
By
They
the way,
all
the
had
tent,
broken. They were all.
yeah, and the tents were just ripped apart, and
Yep. They were all broken bones. Everything was destroyed, and there was not a trace of evidence of what did it, like animal tracks or
I'll have to
like
Google that.
bite marks and scratch marks. They didn't have any of that. Their bodies were just beaten and crumbled, but there was no signs of anything coming in or out of the camp. Yeah, those are fascinating stories. I don't know how we just can forget history like that, or how we choose not to recognize that it happens.
The Dyatlov Pass incident.
Is up in is either in Canada or just north of Canada.
Well, this one was in Russia.
Okay, there
Oh,
was
no.
one up there too, not far from Maine, over into the
Yeah, this
tundra.
happened in 1959. This group thought it was back in the almost 60s, 50s.
Right. And I don't think that could happen today because I think our technology is too advanced that whatever happened then, I don't think they could get away with it now. Or they would send in the government, they'd clean the area, and they just wouldn't mention anything about it.
Yeah, I don't know. But what I do know is we want to hear from you guys. So if you're watching this later, please comment in the comment section, or leave a comment in the comment section.
Yeah, let us know if you have a Bigfoot
you
encounter.
believe. Yeah, what you believe Bigfoot to be, or if you've had an encounter, we certainly want to hear about it.
Is he an animal? Is he an alien? Is he interdimensional? Give us your thoughts. We could pick this topic up again if we have enough input and contributors.
So true. Yeah,
Was
so
that-
Lawrence heard about that story too. The one in
Yes.
in
Yes,
in Russia. Yeah. Scary story, man.
very.
Crazy. Hey, so could you tell I was using a different camera today?
Yes. Your lighting is wonderful. Your cheeks are glowy. Your beard is
It's gray.
furry
Yeah.
and pretty.
It's nice not to have a
And-
bald face anymore.
And it's not as blurry. It's very good
That is good.
resolution. And the birds behind you, it looks like they're real. That's right where I heard Bigfoot. Right around. That's exactly what it looked like.
Yeah.
I
Look
can't
for all the
scream
birds
like
stop
I
flying
would.
away.
Yeah. That just all of a sudden it came back. I'm like, I had PTSD.
That's why I use this background today.
Very good.
Also, folks, you have some ideas of some topics you'd like us to cover, drop that in the comments as well.
Because we will go there.
Yeah, there's not many places we won't
There's
go.
not a hole we won't jump into.
Oh, goodness gracious.
When we do this for you.
And to
And if-
entertain ourselves as well.
Yeah. So anyway, we look forward to hearing from you guys. Is our hour up?
We're coming up. Got 5 minutes. I just didn't want to
All right. Well, let's
get to a point
always-
of no return, you know.
It's always good to reach out and see what our people have to say and comments. But thank you guys for joining us. And
we do
we'll
appreciate
come
it.
up with a lot more fun shows that I think you're going to enjoy. We have a lot of topics, but there'll be surprises.
Yeah, and if you enjoyed this one, please share it with your friends. And we also are looking for some more subscribers to our
Yeah,
channel.
tell your friends.
We can certainly use more subscribers.
Yeah, we need more lunch people. Everybody does lunch.
Yeah, we're kind of lonely at lunchtime. But
Not anymore.
no, we got
Used to be.
2 people on with us today. It was great.
Yeah.
This week we both got thrown off. Yesterday I was thinking was Monday all day long, and then you messaged me, and Tim and I usually meet for lunch on Tuesdays so we can
At 12
discuss the
o'clock.
show and stuff. And Tim sends me a message. He goes, "Dude, I'm sorry. I'm totally thrown off." And
It's like
then
3 o'clock yesterday. Wait a minute.
Wait, you're right. Today is Tuesday. I was thinking it was Monday because we had a holiday on Monday, and my wife was home, and so that seemed like a Sunday to me. So
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll make sure we do lunch next week
Right.
on whatever topic we're going to cover. So
Yeah.
and hopefully we'll get some suggestions in our comments.
And we'll try and send it out early so you guys can be notified about what we're going to be talking about.
Yeah. We love y'all and so glad you joined us today.
Thank you guys. We appreciate it. We can't wait to see you back here next Wednesday for lunch. New topic. Until then,
So bring
that's
your own
Papa
bag.
Joey.
That's Uncle Tim.
You guys have a great
See you
week.
next time. Love you guys.
Thanks for watching.
Hey, if you really enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up because that really helps the channel. And then share it.
Oh, and if you haven't done so, please subscribe.
Hey, hit that alert bell so you'll know when we post a new episode.
Or if we go live, you don't want to miss that.
Hey, let us know in the comments section what topics you'd like us to cover in the future.
And always, if you have a story you'd like to share, please let us know.
Until next time,
That's Papa Joey.
that's Uncle Tim.
Beyond the realm of the known lies the mysteries of out there.